Welcome back, everybody, to the Marketplace Maverick. And this week we have a Miami Seller Convention preview show coming up. And I got my guy, the Gat King Omar, with me today. He's been last year. This year is my first year going, and it starts this Thursday. So anybody in the Amazon space kind of knows about it. Sounds like it's kind of the party of the year down in Miami, and we're going to talk about it today on the episode. How's it going, Omar?
Let's do it. I'm excited. It's been like a massive like lead up to the Miami Sellers Conference, crazier than I've ever seen. I'm really excited about being there.
Nice, nice. So you went last year.
I did. Yes.
What?
Freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wasn't even sure about going, and I saw Miles talking about it. He's like, oh, okay, this is coming up. Who's coming? I wasn't sure. I was like, a little fresh into e-commerce,
Same.
and I've been to conferences before, in corporate or whatever. Those things happen all the time. Slightly different approach when you're working for yourself. But Miles was like, yeah, you need to come, blah blah blah, and I was like, all right, let's do it, and we made it happen.
So what's the difference between like the Miami Sellers Convention? What are the differences between kind of between the two? I hear it's a different vibe between the two.
Wait, and you said the difference between Miami Sellers Conference and what?
And the the conference that we went to back in October.
Well, Sellers United. I think
Sellers. I got it backwards.
Yeah.
United. That's all right.
Yeah, I think Sellers United is a great conference. I had actually had
I had a blast
there. I met a ton of people at that conference. Just connected with a bunch of people. But I say, to me, the best conference for my money is the Miami Sellers Conference, and it's really more about the feel, the user experience, kind of the vibe you get. You're going to see a lot of the same people at both of those conferences, but they're just run differently. And I'm not saying one is better or worse run, but when you go to Miami, for me, when I go, I'm there, I can meet all of my goats, like all the people who I kind of grew up watching on YouTube, who I learned about e-commerce from. They're there, they're accessible, they're open to chat, and it's in Miami. Like, I live in New Jersey. I'm New Jersey through and through, been here my entire life, so you can't get me to say anything bad about New Jersey, but New Jersey is not Miami. And for a conference, it works really well. Now, you might think like, oh, it's Miami, it's a big party the whole time, you're not gonna get anything done, it's a waste of money, you can party wherever you are, but it's a work experience. I was just thinking about it before we got on, and I'm like, honestly, you got to go there and treat it like a job. You get up and then you're working all day. It's a different kind of work, but your work is to go and meet people. Your work is to network, to find deals, to find new people who you can source with. Whatever it is, I don't know what your goals might be, but you need to figure that out, and you need to ramp it up, because you're going to be in a room with brand new sellers, 6-figure sellers, 7-figure, 8, 9, 10-figure sellers. And so you don't get that chance all the time. And to me, that's really great. Now, those people are going to be at Sellers United in some cases, but the feel, the vibe, the environment, the ability to get on a yacht and be locked in. It's like, there's no yacht at Sellers United. And yacht sounds kind of like, oh, that's superficial, blah, blah, blah. But think about it. Like, whether it was a yacht, it was a massive bus or whatever, you were locked into a space, yacht or not, for 2, 3, 4 hours, and those people can't go anywhere. It's not like, unless you're jumping overboard, like, you can't escape. And so
Right.
That is a perfect time to touch base with whoever it is you want to touch base with. And everybody's having a great time. It's on a yacht, and it's Miami, and the views are great. So for my money, I just think it's really well put together, and it's a great place to go.
Yeah, it's for everyone too. Whether you're in OA, RA, or wholesale. I looked at the list, and like, there's some speakers that I'm really looking forward to, like Jonah, who I follow. I met at Sellers United, but there's a lot of people that I want to see on my end of things with the brand direct and the wholesale and everything like that. So whether you do OA, RA, wholesale, it's a great event, and you can learn a ton, no matter what field no matter which way your path is on Amazon or TikTok or whatever it is, because they have a little bit of everything there, and it's just networking in general.
Yeah, and what I would also say is it doesn't even matter what your path is, to the degree that you don't even have to have a path. Like, if you think that there's an opportunity in e-commerce, you can go and figure one out. Because
Right.
I decided I was going to do something in e-commerce separate from what I had already been doing, because one of the speakers was just so inspiring. I met a bunch of people who hadn't sold one product yet, right? So, they're spending whatever they spend on a ticket and they haven't even started yet, but they
Right.
know that this is something that they're interested in, and if they want to invest in themselves, this is one of the ways that they need to invest in themselves.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's the bonus of having it in my. I've never been to Miami, so this is
Never?
no. I was just in Orlando last week for Disney World for a week.
Okay.
Been to Tampa. I've been to Florida a bunch of times, but I've never been to Miami. So this
Not
is
even
my
for
first.
like a
No,
cruise or anything?
no, nope. I'm the
Wow.
first. I mean, listen. The other week was my first time going to Disney World at
I've never
47 years
been.
old.
I've never. So I mean, I hear you on that.
Yeah. So it is. So yeah. So we're going. I'm going to go down to Miami, and we're going to. Can't wait. It just sounds like a lot of fun. What does everybody need to know when they're going? Because I saw there are so many speakers there and panels. I think we're even on a panel with Miles at some point during that, so we get to be around. But from the videos and the pictures looked like last time, it's a pretty intimate setting. You're in these conference rooms. It's not, massive where you're not really getting to really sit around and listen to these large sellers and, the kind of the leaders in their industry.
Right. So you know what? Let's do two things, right? Like I say, let's talk a little bit about tips, right? Like how to get the most out of your experience at Seller. I mean, at Miami. You look at you got me. Sellers United at Miami Sellers Conference, and then look at the schedule itself, because the schedule, like you're saying, like I feel like it's crazier than last year. Like I don't remember it being.
It looks packed.
It's nuts. So one thing I'll just address before we get into the schedule is that there's kind of like, I would say that there's a couple of different pieces when we think about Miami Sellers Conference, right? So one, there are the primary speakers, right? So these are the big money guys. These are the people who have cooked up and did this and done that. This guy has done $1 million on whatnot. This guy is doing, $1 million a month on Amazon, whatever. These are the people you come to see, right? So there's that part, right? So you're going to be in a big room. Everybody's going to be in one room. A couple per people, or one or two people are going to be speaking at the same time. You can ask questions at the end. That's your standard conference experience. There is going to be these little panels, right? They're going to be in breakout rooms, right? So you're going to go into individual places. There might be like, hey, how to do OA? Should I, how do I get started in wholesale? And so you're going to pick your path, right? Whatever, like, should I do, social selling or whatever? They're going to be all these options, and you kind of pick your opportunity. And so we are on a panel, and so somebody will have the opportunity to come in and hear from us. And then so that's kind of the two parts of the conferences, the panels and the keynote speakers. Then if you think about, as you're in the conference, there are going to be vendors outside of the main conference area. And those are going to be great vendors that have everything to do with Amazon, and everything to do with whatnot, everything to do with tracking your business, gift cards, things like that. So you're going to get a chance to meet, possibly, some new providers and vendors for your business. Then you have the after parties, right? So there's going to be an after party each night that's going to be set up and, kind of sponsored by the event itself. And so there'll be food and drinks and all that stuff there. So that's a great opportunity to network again. And then there is, and I'll skip this a little bit, but there is a networking event on a Thursday before the event. So it starts Friday and goes to Saturday. But the Thursday you come in, there's going to be a networking event that you can come in and kind of pregame with the people. And then kind of the piece of the resistance is the yacht. Now, I got the advice because I was like, should I go on the yacht? It's blah, blah,
That was kind of my sense of it too.
do I need it? And so last year they were like, listen, you just need to be in the building. You don't need to get on the yacht. And it was like, I was struggling going back and forth. And my friend lived in Florida. So I'm like, you know what? Forget the yacht. I don't really need it. Let me go and visit her and hang out with her for a couple of days instead of getting on the yacht. Now, of course, I hear afterwards, it's like, oh, the yacht, this is what happened. You should have been there, blah, blah, blah. Now, for me, I had a fantastic experience. So if, the yacht, the VIP experience isn't, it's not in your budget, don't overextend yourself to go to the yacht or the VIP experience. Being there itself is a great experience. So to me, that's just kind of the overview of what the event looks like as you think about it. And then from a tips perspective, right? So this is actually, I didn't even realize you hadn't gone last year. We met at Sellers United.
Yep.
But you know who I did meet? I met one of your old podcast hosts, Blake there. So I just
That's
for
right.
some reason thought you two
He
had
did.
met there.
Yeah. He did end up going last year.
Yeah. So it was a great experience meeting him. But so I would say, like, if I think about tips, right? So one of the most crucial things is going to be meeting people, right? And so this is for me. I know it may not seem this way, but I'm introverted by nature, right? Like the idea of meeting new people just like makes me want to throw up. And so if you're shy, that may be the hardest part, but also it's the most valuable part. So how do you do that, right? And I think it's just like anything. I've been talking about this concept recently. It's about momentum, right? Like
Hmm.
there's certain things I haven't been doing, and really all you got to do is just do it once. It doesn't matter how badly you
Yep.
do it. Like if you got a lot done or whatever, just do it once, and then now you're in the groove and you've started something. And so find somebody who you want to meet, and it may not be like Reezy Resell. Like I met him last year. I walked up to him and talked to him after his talk. It's like, all right, but maybe it's not Reezy. Maybe it's John or I, right? And you're just
Right.
like, hey, just pick a random person like us who's nobody, right? It's not like, it doesn't feel like very like scary. Like
Right.
we're just two
Exactly.
regular people, not superstars or celebrities, and come and say hi. Trust me, when you do it, you will realize that this is not hard at all. And then that will start your whole thing, and you can meet anybody and everybody. Everybody's going to be great. They're going to be gracious, and they're going to be good people. And I'll say, like, and I'll speak for John here. If you really can't do it for anybody else, just come meet us, come say hi, and
Yeah.
then we'll introduce you to somebody and get you started. So that's going to be one tip. My number one tip for this conference is going to be goals. Before you walk into that building, have goals.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what they are. Get a new supplier, get a new sourcing group, get in a group chat, meet one person, bring goals, and make sure you're working to achieve those goals, because anything and everything you want in e-commerce is in that building. I'm telling you, I'm
Yep.
guaranteeing it. And if you want it, you have to go get it. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you're just going to go and walk around aimlessly and see a bunch of people and not know what to do. Have goals. I think that is going to be, I think one of the most important things you can do. And then the last thing I'll say is just as far as this trip is concerned, depending on which package you're getting, none of it's free, right?
No.
None of it's free. So on a low end, it costs money. On a high end, it's expensive, right?
Yep.
And so for me, and this was my approach last year. So these tips I'm giving you are things that I just did last year that worked for me. Make the most out of it, right? And so you're going to Miami. What is Miami? It's a regular place like anywhere else. And unlike John, right? Like everybody's got like sourcing around him. John's got no sourcing around him, so it's hard for him. But treat it like your house. You're gonna be somewhere. Go source. There's gonna be time for you to source. Last year, I went to like 2 or 3 Gap outlets while I was
Oh,
down there, and I
nice.
sourced. You go and source. And if you want, talk to people. Maybe you can source with other people, right? So I'm gonna source while I'm down there. Number two, I'm gonna pod while I'm out there. Probably
Yep.
going to get some content with Carter Maxwell. I'm going to do something with Brian Limitless, and I'm going to get a ton of content for the conference itself. And then third, Brian, the other Brian Noll from New Jersey, gave me a third idea, which is crazy. I'm going to sell on Whatnot while I'm out there. And I'm like, Brian, that doesn't make sense. I'm not bringing all that crap here. He was like, nah, just bring one of each and sell it. And the way Whatnot works, you got a couple of business days to send it. So I won't need to send it until I get back home. So I'm going to sell 100,
Okay.
200 items while I'm out in Miami. And so get the most out of your time there. You don't just have to go for the conference. There are other things to do while
Sure.
you're there. So consider that.
And most people there also don't know anybody there. Like, there's no, other than the top guys there, probably the top 50 or so guys that all work with you. Like, everyone else is just there alone for the most part. So you're not, if you're walking around there and you don't know anybody, if you see a group of 3 or 4 people talking, chances are those 3 or 4 people just met each other. Those aren't like 4 lifelong friends right there that are in like a little clique. Like, they don't know each other either. So it's, it's one of those places that it's just so easy to meet people. Same with Sellers United, just that sort of convention where nobody knows anybody. It's not like you're going where, past work conventions, you can go and you're with 6 of your coworkers, and everybody's kind of set up in like different areas. This one, it's no one knows anyone. Go up and talk to whoever you want,
100%. I agree.
And you get to talk to and I haven't, half the reason I started this podcast was because I just wanted to get an excuse to get guys that know more than me on here to do an interview to really ask them stuff that I want to ask them anyways.
Yeah.
So like these conventions is the same thing. This business is so much about just getting as much information in you as you can handle. And like, I have so much to learn. So anytime I can get in front of somebody like Jonah or one of those guys that are real big in, in the brand direct space, I'm going to listen to everything that they can say because they've done it. And, I want to see where their ideas are coming from, what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them. So yeah, on like the brand direct side, it's the meeting and networking. It's just as important for everybody. And it doesn't matter who you network, OA guy, RA guys, it all can help because you're all selling on the same place.
I agree. Yeah, listen, it's a wonderful opportunity that you need to take advantage of. And I think maybe we can, if you want, we can look at the schedule real quick because I've looked at it, but I've never seen like the whole thing at one point.
Yeah, why don't you pull it up? Why don't you go ahead and share your screen and pull it up and we can take a look.
Let's see what it looks like because it just looks absolutely insane when I was looking at it. All right, so here we go. This is the website right here. Let's get down to the schedule. All right, so they're doing pre-registration from 3 to 5. So actually, I mean, you're going to be in good space. We were just talking about when you're arriving tomorrow. This thing is going to be from 7 to 11.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So they're having, this is, I was talking to Carter about this, so that they're going to have a party. So I'm looking forward to being at this. This should be cool. VA Fastlane is a done-for-you service. If you're looking for a VA, Carter has a great service where he can bring you some VAs. So looks like he'll be hosting that party, which I'm looking forward to. That's different. I think last year they had a networking event, but it was, you pay for your dinner or whatever, but it looks like that's sponsored by them. So that's amazing. Now this year, so John, I don't know how familiar you are with like the behind the scenes or whatever, but this year's a little bit different. Avery usually has a partner. I believe it's Taylor.
Okay.
But I think he's got some other commitments this year. So he partnered with Emily Baker, which is also the crazy flipping mom.
Oh, yes.
So that's pretty insane. So Emily, I think she does her own conference in the summer. And Avery was looking for somebody to come in and help, take it to the next level. So there you go. And then looks like we're gonna have Avery. He usually does a little bit of a conversation here. This will be interesting. I don't know what these guys are going to do. I'm curious about what this looks like. If this is more of kind of an intro or are they actually trying to go into depth about something because they have short times here. So I'm curious to see what this looks like. Eric and Sebastian, this is Amazon Lit, e-commerce profit path. These guys are just like massive sellers. And I really like what these guys do. Obviously, they're selling a lot of they're selling a lot of product. But what I love to do when I'm talking on my podcast and when we're having community calls is to show people real stuff, right? So are they doing 9 figures? Like that's just really not attainable for most people. But what I love about their story is there was some failure in there, right? And they are open to tell you about that
the failure
and then how they've come back and turned it around. So I love that. And John, let me know where you want to step in here because I can run through all this.
Or you keep going. I looked at this a little while ago.
Okay.
So because I was just selfishly for me, I was picking out kind of who I want to see.
Right. Perfect. So Kate, now this is the guy I was talking about a little bit earlier who kind of put me in a different path. So he is an influencer across the board, big on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, etc. And he is both an inspirational speaker, but also someone who knows the business inside and out. So he's going to help you understand, to me, the best opportunity to make money on the internet for me. It costs nothing. The earning potential is unlimited. And like this $10,000 a month is totally realistic. There are a lot of people who just do this full time and do nothing else. So this is going to be a great conversation with him. He also has a SaaS company called Viral View with his brother, Trevin. I'm not sure if he's talking this year, but he'll probably be in the building. Caitlin, I'll say I don't know a ton about her. I think I just ran into her recently on the internet. She just does a ton of money on whatnot. I believe, actually, I don't want to misquote, but I believe she's pregnant right now too. So she may be like, I
She's
hope she doesn't go into labor at the event. I feel like I don't know if she's like maybe like 20 weeks or 20 something weeks. But yeah, she's super young and she's cooking. So I actually just started on Whatnot, so I'm be curious to hear this.
oh,
This is
you'd be good
interesting.
on Whatnot. I could see you rocking Whatnot without a doubt.
It's a lot of fun. I'm about a month in, so we're trying to make it happen. I'm curious now. What I do notice, and I don't remember this from last year. I never looked that closely, but it looks like there's shorter time periods in here, so they can get a lot more speakers in.
Yep.
Because I felt like Reezy talked for like 30, 45 minutes, but this is going to be good because this is going to get you like the bite-sized information you need and won't put you to sleep. But one thing that's critical, I want to talk to about this a little bit quickly, John, is that at Sellers United, one thing that I did, and it was super weird because I've never done this at a conference, I really didn't go to any of their conversations, right?
I
Miles,
thought I was going to go to like every single one. I went to probably less than half.
I went to one because Miles told me I should go to it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. And I went to one, and it was about TikTok because I was curious about like selling on TikTok, and that's nothing about their stuff. But what I did there was I just spent a lot of time networking. But what I know here is that when you go in and you hear these speakers, it's interesting because the 20 minutes sounds like, oh, that's not enough time for me to get what I need. But
Mm-hmm.
what you're going to get here is you're going to get them for 20 minutes. They're going to give you the nuggets you need and go stalk them outside. 100%.
Yeah, go talk to him.
Like, go
Yeah.
stalk them. I did that to Taylor last year at Arbitrage Card and started a really great relationship. You can do that here, and I think that's great.
Yep.
Lunch break. So this is often a place where you can meet people, or you can use this as a time to double up. Like if you want to go sourcing, if you want
Sure.
to live on Whatnot. I'm actually going to do a live giveaway while I'm at MSC, so maybe I'll do it on one of the lunch breaks. But hey, listen, if this is your first time or you're early in e-commerce, use this time. This is a great time.
Yeah,
Breaking bread.
maximize your time while you're
talk.
there. Right.
Yes, and the people are going to want to talk to you. So use this time. Lunch is not a free session. It's not a time to go hang out in your room because you want to be non-social or
It's a work day.
antisocial or whatever. Please work it. Varo. The one thing I remember about this guy is the fastest talker you've ever met in your life. He talks at like, you know how you on a podcast you can listen at 2 times speed.
That's his regular speed.
This guy speaks at 3 times speed. It's hilarious, but great dude. He knows a lot and he's bringing in a ton of money. If I'm not mistaken, I think him and his team, they're selling on Whatnot too. So I'm curious to hear what he's got to say. All right, now this guy, I don't want to mispronounce his name. He's doing tax strategies. I have no clue who this is, but I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. Like he's talking about tax strategies, so this is going to be great for us. I get a lot of questions about taxes, so definitely check this one out. Jimmy, I think how Jimmy and 60. So Jimmy, I don't know Jimmy. So this will be interesting. I thought this was FBA Jimmy, but this guy is doing money on TikTok Shop. Now, I do hear that TikTok Shop is a great opportunity right now. But what I've been trying to do, because John, this is like you can get distracted with so many shining objects as an entrepreneur. So I'm curious, this might be a new space for somebody to check out. Like,
I was just, because once a week I always try to get on just a random call with a stranger. And this week I got to talk to a couple kids, young men. Yeah. They were in their early 20s. They were crushing it on OA. And, but they were like a lot of younger, like they're bopping around to a bunch of different things. And I was like, listen, you guys are 3-4 months into OA. You're pushing 70K already on their 3rd, 4th month. Like they got the hang of it. They know what they're doing. I was like, take a look at the guys, online that do it the best, and they've been doing it for a long time. The longer you do something, the better you're going to get at it. Like Chris from like Clear the Shelf, he's been doing OA for 12 years. He just
and I think that's a new generation type of thing. New society, like it's all we all have TikTok.
And you should diversify. And that is a hard path. Like, when do I, when don't I? But, I was trying to tell them, like, just remember, like, 5 years, you're just getting started to really master something.
Yeah, and I mean, so I say like, and I hear what you're saying, but I would say diversification. Like,
It is important.
I sell on Amazon
Yep.
and Walmart. That's my diversification. But it's like,
I
oh,
think
are you
it's
going to
more
do?
diversification when it comes to like when you're doing OA and brand direct. Like at
Yeah,
some point, you're doing two things that have a lot of skill involved in them, and you're splitting your time. At some point, if to go all in, it's hard to go all in on both.
right. So that's what I'm saying. So, diversify yourself with platforms so that
Yep,
you're not stuck. Like if you're an influencer and you only have an Instagram, like if
it's
they
not doing it.
deactivate you, you're screwed, right?
Yeah,
But if you're on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok,
exactly.
like if you lose one, you still got the rest. But if you're an influencer in F1 racing and then all of a sudden you want to do fishing and you want to do, like how to make a lesson plan, like they may be good spaces, but like it's really hard to be great at all of
Exactly.
those things, right?
Yep.
So
And it's just a
this one
constant. That is good. That is something that being an entrepreneur is always going to be a struggle, and it's normal.
is always a new hot thing for
Yeah.
sure. This one here, Shein. I'm curious
I
about
remember
this
them
one.
from OA. Wasn't that like? Yeah, it's a website as far as I know, right?
Well, Shein is a woman's brand, a women's. I mean, I think they may have men's clothes. It's a fashion brand. I don't understand what this is or how this works or what they're thinking, but
I'm
I'm
sure it
curious. Like
does.
if they're coming in here, I think this is going to be fantastic. I'm curious about this.
Yep.
Um, And then Bill Martlink, the number one eBay seller and top 10 Amazon seller. Like, is this for real? I mean, really? I don't know. I'm not like questioning it, but I am like this would be crazy if this guy's the number one eBay seller. That'll be nuts, right? Because he's doing hundreds of millions, I would assume. But Joy Williams. Now, listen, everybody has a question about this. This is going to be a fantastic session.
Oh yeah.
I think even if you're not dealing with like a Section 3 right now or you're not worried
It's
about it,
always on your
it's
mind.
always something to have in your back pocket. So I would say just go and get some notes on that. Carter Maxwell, this is going to be great. I mean, I just did a community call with him a couple weeks ago. And he talks about, like, again, he has a service, done for you service, where he can get you a VA to integrate into your business. But what I love about Carter is the conversation isn't just about like, come use me, I'm the best. He really helps you understand the VA economy, the VA industry, what it is, how you use them, how you find them, how you pick a good one, how you keep them. Like it's from start to finish. And you can do that with or without him. So that'll be a great session. Levy is, if you're in e-commerce, you've probably seen this guy. He makes a crap ton of content. He's always on my feed, but
Yep.
he scaled to 300,000 on Whatnot super fast. He moved into a massive warehouse. Now he's done over $1 million on Whatnot. He's got multiple streams, multiple stores, and he's literally just basically selling 24 hours a day. So if you're thinking about Whatnot, myself,
Yep.
go to that and check that out. And then Jasmine Green, which is a woman, of my own heart, how to build a personal brand through viral content. I love that. So it's interesting. So people might be like, oh, why the hell would I do that? That's not helpful to me. And that was me when I started in e-commerce, right? And I made that mistake and I brought a training and I failed. I couldn't figure out how to make it work. It just didn't make any sense. The training was good, but I didn't want to network. I didn't want to meet people. And when I came back into the game and really focused on networking, and I mean, I got this. I didn't give myself the name the Gap King, but when I created a persona, that really helped me scale who I am and how I'm known in the industry. And so the personal brand, like you don't need to be, a buy box Maverick or a Gap
Sure.
King to have a personal brand. Like you can be a John Stewart or
Yep.
whatever, and that can still be your brand. So that'll be a great session. I'm curious to hear what she has to say. And so then we have panels, right, which is where it gets super interesting, right? And this is kind of build your own, path. You have 350 to 420, 425 to 455. Like,
Yeah, you
how
got
do you want to spend your time, right?
yeah.
And so
This is
you're
this
gonna
this is where you can kind of hone in onto what you're doing on Amazon and kind of
right.
go into more specific rooms where it's going to benefit you the most. Me, I'm going to go see. I'm going to make sure I go see Jonah and the brand direct and Amazon FBA wholesale in 2028. Things like that is what's going to benefit me the most.
Right. And so you're going to go and you're going to pick the place where you see the most opportunity. And the thing about this, right? So what we were talking about here, these are the main speakers. This is a big room, hundreds of people, whatever. But on these panels, right? When you're in these panels, the whole conference can't go to each of these, right? You have
Right.
to make a choice. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we're basically going to be split into 5 groups, and then there's going to be a bunch of people who are going to be outside talking. There's going to be a bunch of people who are going to use this as a break. You go in and you suck up all the information from these people because it's going to be a small group.
Exactly.
And ask questions. It's like a tutoring session, right?
Right.
So pick which one you want there. Then we're going to have another one for you, John, Brand Direct, Paper Gold. What's that? Turning used books into gold. Okay, so this is about books. Okay. Oh, damn. This is going to be
That's a good one.
Amazon recovery and suspension survival. How to go viral. This is going to be interesting. Everything AI. Okay, so this is different. Okay, so they're adding new people in here. So, whoa, this is the head of partnership at TikTok? What? Damn.
All right.
You're really stepping it up. Okay. All right. So this is 11 years, 8 figures. Wait, what? 13 kids? This dude has
Oh, yes.
Kids?
I remember. I forgot his name. What was his name?
Perry Kim?
Yeah, Perry Kim. He's on socials too. He did one of Miles like in school one week. It is,
dude. I'm gonna have to look.
It's wild. He has a prep center built in.
Yeah.
13 kids.
He's got a basketball team and a bench. Like, yeah.
He's got a great story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're going to have round 3 from 455 to 525, which is going to be great. So this is going to be, I love this because, again, you're going to get more of great stuff, right? So this is going to be VA based here. You're going to have selling on Walmart. Oh, my girl, Amanda. Okay. All right. Flipping with Amanda is going to be there. Your boy, Noah. Emily crushes on Walmart. She's got a massive following, so that should be great. More brand direct for you. Damn, John. So I see where you're going to be.
Yep.
Selling knowledge in 2026. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is like if you want to get into coaching, that could be interesting.
That'd be a good one.
And depending on what Shein does in their session, I might go to this because I just have no idea. Okay, so that's what it is, right? Because I knew Shein as like a fashion company, so maybe it sounds like they're more like Temu now.
Yeah, maybe to sell
like
on it.
Fashion.
Okay.
Well. So this might be like the opportunity on Temu right now. A lot of people I know are starting to get on Temu, and it's like the Wild West, and the competition is nil. So that might be the same opportunity. Selling 8 figures with private label. Okay, so this should be interesting. All right, perfect. And so we got the after party at the riverfront. This is I believe it's right outside of the hotel. It's right by the river. You see the yachts going by.
Oh, great!
Really beautiful atmosphere. Sponsored by Shein. I wonder if they're going to be doing any giveaways. That should be interesting. Okay. All right. And then day 2. So welcome announcements. Dan Buford.
Yep.
Damn.
Dan's a whale in wholesale.
Wait, is this 1,000? Oh, it's 1,000 Nations. Okay.
1,000 Nations. Yeah.
I see his name sometimes, but I only see 1,000 Nations most of the time. And so Tracy, I think is a late, like a last minute add-on because I don't think she was here before. But she's got 30 years in e-commerce and looks like she's cooking up on Walmart, so that should be good. Surtac, managing $3 million. Oh, okay. Brand direct. Yeah, so this is going to be a good one for you.
That's a good one for me right there.
Okay. And then we have AI, TikTok Shop, and Amazon. How Titan drives. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but sounds interesting. And I think that's another tip that I'll add is go into this conference with an open mind. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know who your friends are going to be, and you don't know where your next 10, 50, $100,000 is coming from. And if you have an open mind, you'll be able to take it in. We got another lunch here, which is going to be an hour, just a little over an hour. My guy's back with tax strategies. That's going to be, plain and simple. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear people talk about exiting their Amazon businesses, which is interesting. Because I don't necessarily think about it that way, but so this will be interesting from Paul.
You got to have a plan for everything.
I hear that. Okay. Tim Neal is going to talk about how to use prep centers to scale. Okay, interesting.
All right.
I mean, I think that makes sense, especially if you're like my boy Tony Cruz, he wants to touch nothing. He touches
Yep.
nothing. He uses prep centers and FBA. Steven does business. See, this dude did 1.7 million in OA and Q4. Now it's interesting. I'm going to check him out because somebody told me he did 3 million in a month. That's a rumor. I don't know. I know for sure he definitely did 1.8 in a month doing OA.
That is wild.
Absolutely insane. So damn, they got the triple threat back to back. These dudes are all boys.
Yeah.
Steven does business, flips for
Miles. Yeah, and Warner.
ethical coaching business that prints money. I like that. Warner Fields, what Joe Seville taught us about building a business that AI can't replace.
Yep.
All right, interesting. Allison. Oh, okay. So she's going to be talking about Celerant, and I'm sure they're going to be talking about WAMP too. So that's Walmart Celerant.
Yep. I know Jonah.
Your boy's back. All right,
Yep,
so
he's a good one.
that. And then Diana Gershman talking about wholesale partnerships, avoiding pitfalls, and building. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Taylor Thomas back again. Listen, this is a critical session, right? Especially if you're new in the game of e-commerce and really almost like any sector of e-commerce. Gift cards should be a standard part of your business, right? And he's going to talk about this a lot. So he's going to talk about gift cards and credit cards. It can really change the way you manufacture margin.
Yep.
So definitely check out Taylor. And then we get to the good part, right? So I think this panel was named after you. $100,000 a month in your first year. So this is the Rookie of the Year panel. Just to be clear, I'm not doing $100,000 a month. I think that's our wholesale friends, but I'll let them talk about it. So Miles and Warner are running this panel, and we have Ashley on it, we have John on it, we have Bruce and Rich.
Those guys just went off like a rocket ship.
Yeah, they got to 100K pretty quick, right?
Month 3. Now that they're making the flip to what I'm doing.
I love it. So if you want to learn how to get there quickly, come see us on the Rookie of the Year panel, and we'll break it down for you. Brand Direct with Jonah and family, everything AI. I'm curious about this. I'm curious to hear what they have to say. I'm going to miss it, but we'll have Whatnot live selling. So we'll have these guys back. So you can see, you are able to build a path, right? So you're going to come before you get to the show. You're going to do a little bit of critical work, right? You're spending a lot of money to go there.
Yep.
Take
Make it worth it.
minutes to do some work, okay? Come check this schedule out. We're doing a little bit of an overview right now, but you want to go do your due diligence and set out your path. Excuse me, where are you going? What are you doing? Then more about flipping textbooks. And then FBA. Oh, the FBA boys are on the panel. Okay.
All right.
I was just at a meetup with them on Friday. So
that's right. I saw that. There was one in New Jersey.
Yeah. I got the last minute invite. I literally got there 10 minutes before it was over, but we got there, then we went to lunch. It was a good time. So check that out. More on account recovery, 20 years in e-commerce. This is actually wrong. I think she has 20 in e-commerce. But anyway, 30, excuse me. I think that's what I read up there. This is what we were just talking about. Manufacturing margin. And these guys are going to be the best to do it.
Yeah, they are.
I heard a crazy rumor, which I don't think is a rumor, about how much this guy brought in Walmart gift cards one time before the market crashed. So if you want to understand how to manufacture margin, these are going to be some of the best people to do it.
I still will not forget that in winter of 2025, when I first started, Walmart gift cards were
2024, right?
No, this is 2025. I know. January 2025.
You said, you said something else. Okay.
January 2025. And they were at like 17 to 20%. And all the other guys were buying them up. And I was still so new. I was only buying $500, $1,000 at a time. And I should have bought $100,000 in gift cards.
Well, it's impossible to know that.
Hey, you didn't know that, but everybody was saying, hey, this is the highest they've ever been. I should have thought more about that and been like, if this is the highest they've ever been, I should be buying a whole bunch of them. But I was 60 days into this. Yeah,
but and the other thing about that is like, you couldn't possibly understand what was about to happen. It's like basically saying crypto's at 100,000 and it's going to go down to 1,000. Like it went from 17 to 20% down to 0.5%. Nobody saw that coming.
No,
that was crazy. Anyway, so yeah, so you're
Yeah.
going to see people like that with plays like that you can take advantage of. We talked about scaling TikTok to 100,000 a month. That's going to be wild. 7 figures with a private label. Okay, then we're going to go selling on Walmart. This should be good. So you have tracks. So basically, figure out what it is you want to specialize in, and you're going to have tracks every day.
There is a ton of value here. You just got to take the time and kind of map out what you want to see, who you want to hear from, and, maximize like 3 days.
Oh, this is interesting. I actually realized, so I don't even know if I could do what my plan was. I was gonna leave on Saturday, but I didn't realize the yacht left so late. I don't know. I might have to get on a red eye. I don't know. So this is gonna be interesting. So we're gonna be on the yacht for 3 hours, right? If you want to snatch up Varro, if you want to talk to Levy, if you want to grab anybody, like this is the perfect time because it can't go anywhere. Like unless you're
Exactly.
like super annoying and they want to jump off the boat, like they gotta talk to you. So,
Yeah.
and it's not even that kind of serious. Like people
No,
are
it's
there,
not.
they
It's
want to
all
talk
very
to
laid
you,
back, but this is,
they
I
want to
mean,
have a
that's
good
that's
time.
maximizing your opportunity there.
Yeah. So, I guess one thing I would say is like as we've walked through the whole schedule here is that one, if you're on the fence about going, you should go. This is a really fantastic experience. Oh, that's so funny. Like that's me right there. Like you can see my hands and you can see my pink hoodie. And I know it's me because Allah is sitting right here, right next to me. So I know that that's me. But this is so for instance, like this is what the panels look like, right? This is a small circle. This is actually interesting because I don't remember. Oh, this was inside the ballroom because our panel was in like a private room. So like I see two
I
panels
gotcha.
back to back, but our panel was in a separate private room. So that they're very small sessions, and it's definitely something you want to take advantage of. A couple other things before we close out of here that you guys should keep in mind is that one, this is the hotel, right? So if you can, I don't know if they still have hotel rooms available. If they do, you should get one and stay there. As I am not going to stay there myself, right? I'm a Marriott man, so I'm going to be at a Marriott property because that's how it works for me. It's going to be cheaper with points and all other good stuff. But stay at the hotel. I mean, that's going to be the most ideal experience for you because everything's happening there. Everybody's leaving from there, so it just makes sense if you can do it. There are some people who are getting Airbnbs, so if you're looking for a space, you may be able to split one with somebody. Um, as far as the experience is concerned, get a general ticket. At the very least, get a general ticket,
Sure.
and you can really get a taste of it. But if you can, get the after parties and the yacht experience. If that fits in your budget and doesn't put you in a bad spot, get that because it's going to be worth every penny, right? And right now, what I understand is that look at Dave. Oh, and there's Taylor. It's like you meet all these people and you remember all their names.
Exactly.
That's Amanda. That's Brian. Yeah, oh, and I think that's Falcon Brian. I think, and that's Amanda and Andrew, I believe. So you're gonna register now, but if you have a couple of people, right? Like if you have two other people, if you buy three or more tickets at the same time, you're gonna get 30% off.
Yeah.
And then you can use. I have a discount code too. It's Omar50. If you use that discount code, you're gonna get another $50 off. So you really can get a deal right now. If you want to come to this, I mean, it's only a couple of days away, but I think that it's really worthwhile to go there. These are going to be some of the speakers, and I feel like they take this picture of Miles has to be like 5 years
Oh
old.
yeah,
This
it's
is
gotta
like
be
the
old.
second or third time I've seen it.
He looks like he's 20 years old right there.
It's a running joke right now. And this picture of Avery has got to be like 3-4 years old. But
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, it's just going to be a really fantastic experience, and I think that if you're serious about e-commerce, one of the things that you have to do is invest in yourself, and that's not like some weird stick. It's not just like nonsense that people say. It just makes a difference. I think you can chime in here, but basically like 16, 17, 18 months later, you realize that certain things you should have did when you first started, but you
Yep.
just didn't think it made sense or there was a value there. Thinking about getting VAs, thinking about delegating more of your workout, thinking about investing in a tool, whatever. Like John said, he should have spent tens of thousands of dollars on gift cards. if there's an opportunity there and you can do it, you should invest in yourself. And I think conferences are one of the cheapest ways to invest in yourself.
Yep, it really is. It really is. And networking, it's something that you might not see the value of it or a direct monetary exchange of money. It's not like you're going to go there. I'm not going to go there and have 1,000 ASINs come up to me and be like, oh, hey, here's a phone number to this brand or this distributor. Give them a call. A bunch of like good products they'll sell to you. It's not quite like OA like that. Like that doesn't happen there. What happens is you create relationships, and that might work out for something for you 6 months down the road, a year down the road. And it's just compounding those relationships over and over again, where you can both benefit yourselves. It's not about coming out of there and saying like, oh, I made X amount of dollars. That's right. Not really how it works. You might have come up with some great ideas on how to make more money, and then you can go implement them, or you've met some of the right people in your business where a month down the road, you might do a deal with, you might do a purchase with, you might source together. And that's really the value of it. So I'm fired up to go. I am ready. My bags are almost packed. That's a lie. My bags aren't packed at all. But I am ready to go. So I'm excited. Omar, you and I will have to get on and do some content for it while we're down there, just like we did for Sellers United. Yeah, fired up to see you on Thursday night.
I will add it to my list. I got a list.
You got a long list. I know you do. You got a long list.
No, but you're a priority though, so we're gonna make that happen. We got to figure out something fun to do. We will. But listen, this was what we wanted to do to kind of give you a pre-show, a warm up to what to expect and how to get the most out of the experience. And we really appreciate you coming and stopping by, checking out what we had to say.
Yeah. Well, guys, until next time. Probably next week on my next episode, I'll let you guys know how it went. And but until then, all you Amazon people, we will see you Thursday at Miami Sellers Conference.